Alright, here we are back with the Quadrasteer project. So we got a good bit done. Go over what we got done so far. So I got the fuel rails in. These are deadhead fuel rails off of a later truck because they don't have the regulator on the side or the two feed and return lines. So the reason we did that is because we're running this regulator, because once you put a 450 or bigger in the tank, that little regulator can't support the flow and it'll have 70 pounds of fuel pressure at idle or something. So, GM runs 58. So with the PQI regulator, you can run less the pressure it needs, and then plus this boost reference, which that regulator is referenced too. But anyway, so this is just the easiest thing to do. So what we did is we got the 3/8 to a -6, and then so the supply comes in to there, comes out to here, and then we got the 3/8 fitting that puts you to a -6 there, and then out of the bottom we got a -6 down to a -6 to a 5/16 and clips all into the stock fuel lines. So now we're good to go. And so I got gauge. I don't know how accurate these are, but anyway, we'll set it and there's a Schrader valve on this side we can put on there and double check, make sure the pressure is correct. So these injectors are LS3 height. So the part number I gave in the last video, let's see, can you see? There, you can kind of see the spacer right there. So those fit on top of the injector, and then you actually have to run a little tiny spacer between the intake and the rail, because I guess the way the spacer's made, it couldn't fit stock height. So anyway, it all went together fine. Everything fit in good, came with the O-rings and everything. And then I had to use these adapter pigtails right there to go from EV6 to the Multec truck injector. We got our oil feed on, and it goes down to the pan above the oil filter. It goes down through there. It's a -4 that came with the Denma kit. So what it is just the little aluminum piece that goes on the side of the oil pan, and from the factory they're blocked off, and if you just drill that out, it's already the correct size for 1/8 inch pipe. So then you just tap an 1/8 inch pipe, put an 1/8 inch -4 fitting in, and then boom, you got your oil feed. So got that done, took the pan off, welded a -10 bung into the front, and let's see, we did that so you can see it. There you go, you can see it. So that -10 goes into the front of the pan and then comes up and to the side. You can see it right here, goes down and into the front of the pan. So feed and returns done on the turbo's on. We got our 3-inch V-band on the back, about to start building our downpipe. And we got our this is our mass airflow harness. We'll pull out the 2 wires for the inlet air temp and then bring them around and we'll put it in this charge pipe as it comes up. So it'll probably be right in here somewhere. This I had to use a little piece of aluminum pipe, 4-inch in here, and then there's an aluminum coupler right here. That's why there's 2 clamps. There'll actually have to be another clamp right here because it wasn't the spacing, it didn't have it far enough out, and it was hitting the alternator and all up in the accessory drive. So that worked out. I don't like that it's going to have 3 clamps at whatever, but should work. This is electric fans. This is the Duramax radiator. So this is a 1 3/4 inch hose to a 1 1/2. It really needs to be 1 1/4, but I didn't see one on Summit's site. This is there's the part number, B70471. And this is a 1/4 inch barb on either side to join these together. So really what I should have done is I should have got an 1 1/2 barb and then, you know, stretch this over it so it would have fit in here better. And then this is a 4-inch piece of exhaust pipe so it doesn't collapse trying to suck in the air. So this is just a 4-inch K&N filter, and then a little coupler there to hold it on the turbo. And then you can see down there, this is the inlet to the Duramax intercooler. So the spacing on the core support, you got to take a hole saw, mark 2 inches over from the center line of the farthest hole on this side, and then drill another hole to take the little rubber fittings and slide them in, and then the intercooler slips in there. And then you just line it up on the top of the core support, mark it, drill it and tap it. And I use the same thread as these are the ones that held the radiator on the stock truck. So instead of it being here, it's over here. This will go to our tank. This is our steam port, so I'll have to put it in somewhere. This is a transmission cooler, the factory transmission cooler, but the problem with these is that the Duramax uses way too big of a fitting. Like, it's a massive hose, or well, it's a hard line. But what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna loop. You can see that little hose right there. I'm just gonna loop them right here and then watch my trans temps. There's the bottom hose, E70659, and it fits on the Duramax bottom there, and then fits on the LS there. So, and what I'll have to do is I have to make a bracket that'll bolt in right here, and so it'll bend down, come out, and bend down, and then this will bolt in from the front, and then that'll bolt in there. So, but you trim this top piece right there out, because it won't let it sit close enough when it sits in the tabs right there. If you can see them, yeah, right there, they just slip in, so it fits up good. I was actually going to try to run mechanical fan, and then the bottom shroud wouldn't fit and whatever. I already had these that I had bought at the turkey rod run in Daytona last year, so I bought a couple of those. I had a good price on them down there, so I got a couple. And so that's what we're going to do here. Clears up some space. I've got to build the crossover from the manifold over there to here. And like I said, the pan, I already did the pickup tube O-ring, cleaned it up and everything. I've got to do my map sensor, the ZR1 map. So the hole for these is smaller, so I'm going to have to drill that out and fit in the larger one. And then I'll have to change the connector, because we just got the this pigtail right here. So the ones that I typically buy have the Gen 3 female end on this side, and then it plugs in up there, and then it just plugs in. You don't have to cut and splice, but I didn't order these parts. So it's coming together pretty good. It's probably about 2 days of work right here. Saturday I got up and tried to work on it, and it was just one fell after another, so I just had to call it and go inside and just take a break. It was pouring down rain, and I did the injectors and the fuel rail and the regulator and all, and that went nice and smooth. But when I started doing the oil pan, it was just, I just had one problem after another on that. It was a bad day. So another thing is the ECU typically sits right here. So you have to remove that bracket, and then I just set them right here on top of the battery. That's the wire harness is long enough, and you just pull it up and just set it on there, and it fits okay. But that's one of the things is you just got to remove it, because you won't be able to get through here with you can see that blue boot. That's actually a Duramax boot. I'm starting to lay out my intercooler pipes and try to get that going. So yeah, there's the oil feed and the plug wires, and then there's the fuel system up here. So I laid out pretty good, and I was happy that those injector spacers work good. So we're pretty close. I wrote the tune this morning. I built the tune this morning to flash it, the 3-bar OS tune. So now I'm ready to flash it. So on these always scare me to death. So I'll probably pull it here, put in my bench harness, plug it in, and then bench flash it, because you can brick it when because you have to do ride and tire, because you're changing it to the 3-bar OS. So I just put my bench harness on it and flash it, make sure you got good power and good connectivity, and just hope it doesn't brick. So, but it's coming along pretty good. Like I say, just crossover, and then the exhaust, the downpipe, and then tie back into the stock exhaust. But these trucks have a dual inlet single outlet muffler, so that's going to be problematic. So I might end up just cutting all that off and putting a new muffler, and not, so I don't have to deal with the two pipes. And unfortunately, I took stuff to the scrapyard, and I had a couple pieces I could have used, but that's always how it goes. You never need it until you throw it away, and then you gotta have it. So, but anyway, I still gotta do the fuel pump too. I gotta put it in with the hydromat, put it in the tank, and set my own pressure. Man, we should be pretty close to having this thing running. Like I say, hopefully I'll pedal on a little more today and see how far I get, and hopefully next couple days we'll be running with it.